Hi, Chris Popper here in Bangor. I'm joined by head coach Mark Shields down in Bar Harbor. Another week of the MDI High School Football Coaches Show brought to you by Allen Insurance and Financial in Southwest Harbor. Coach, it seems like forever that we've talked about football, although we saw each other yesterday for picture day. Um, Tell us, last we spoke, you were getting ready for the Bucksport exhibition game. How did that go?
Yeah, I thought overall it went well for us. Like any typical scrimmage, there's going to be plenty to improve upon, and that was true after our scrimmage versus Bucksport. But, like we tell the kids for each scrimmage, we know there's going to be a lot of mental mistakes. There could be a lot of physical mistakes as well, fumbling the ball or dropping the ball or what have you. And we're okay with that. Really, what we're looking for are for kids to be going full speed. We're still looking for football players. We're still looking to fill positions. And, so our goal for those preseason games is for our kids to come out and play hard and show us that they're a quality football player and they deserve to be on the field. And I felt as though overall, our guys did that. Bucksport is always a tough team to play. A lot of tradition over there. Tough kids, hard-nosed kids, well coached. So I thought overall we did pretty well. It was nice. We were able to play our ones for the entire first half, and then we played our twos for the third quarter and our threes for the third. So the kids, all the kids got quite a bit of playing time, which was nice. And a full half with your ones, that's enough to see what kids can do. And then it was nice to see some of our younger kids step up. And I told them once again, don't be ordinary. Be extraordinary. So show us something, and we had a lot of kids do that.
More probably the most important thing is did you escape injury free? I mean, that's as we go into these exhibition games. I mean, that's the key thing is to get out of there without anyone getting hurt.
Yeah, we actually did, which was great. You're right. We've had some seasons where, right, I remember, what was it, 2017, Croy Albee, our starting fullback. We go up to Ellsworth for the preseason game, and sure enough, he gets hurt and he's out for most of the season, came back late in the year. But yeah, you don't want anybody on either side getting injured. I believe Bucksport unfortunately did have one player
Oh.
get injured, which was unfortunate. But for us, we came out healthy, and we're a healthy football team right now.
So now everything starts for real Friday night. You hit for real, the scoreboard counts. How has the week's practice gone? And, there was that whole transition going to school, and instead of practicing two a days, you're down to one a day. Tell us a little bit about the week.
Yeah, so we've had a great week of practice. The kids, they've been super focused. It's been an interesting week because we lost our freshmen. They ended up going to a retreat, the entire
Right.
freshman class. So we lost most of them. We've had around 20 guys in practice most of the week. The freshmen were back last night, or sorry, they'll be back tonight. Sorry. Um, so we'll have a full squad tonight for our pregame, getting ready for Gray-New Gloucester. But yeah, with that being said, because we didn't have as many guys there, we were able to get a lot of reps in with our older kids, which was nice. So, that just makes them better. And we were able to move practice along quicker, like the drills. We could get through quicker, and then we could move on to something else, which was nice. So, yeah, I tell the kids Tuesday and Wednesday are work days, and they took that seriously, and they really did work hard this week, and they're excited to get ready to go against Gray-New Gloucester.
Home opener is always exciting. I understand the band played last week at the exhibition game, so that was nice. You'd love to have just a huge crowd to start the school year, and that we used to talk about it being the 12th man. Now with 8-man football, it's the ninth man, and having that crowd really does make a difference.
Oh, absolutely, Chris. Yeah, so the band was out there last Friday night, and they'll be ready to go this coming Friday night against Gray-New Gloucester. And you and I talk about it all the time on this show. It really does feel like high school football when you hear the band, and so the kids, and it gets our players excited, when they hear the band playing and they're getting ready to take the field, just a lot of tradition there. So the kids, they really do, get excited about that. And I think the fans do as well. And so that's great. And yeah, you're right. I guess we're fully into the school year now when we're having our home opener for football, and it's just an exciting time around the school right now. There's a lot of athletics going on for MDI, and people are excited about it. So yeah, we're excited.
And shout out to the boosters. They're going to have the snack shack open. So I know you can't go out there at halftime and get a hot dog, but for the parents and for the fans, that's a nice treat. And thank you for everyone that stepped up to make that happen.
Yeah, I know that's been a goal of Mr. Dow's to get that up and running properly again, and people are taking on that task, and yeah, the volunteers that are helping with that. That's fabulous, and yeah, it just makes it a better experience for everyone.
I personally love the smell, as it wafts over and I start drooling and then can't talk. I mean, that's what makes football football. How have you done in terms of special teams this week? I mean, obviously with 8-man football, typically it's a 2-man conversion attempt, but what what have you been working on? I mean, and we, those 2-man those 2-point conversions, they're not automatic, but they always seem to play such an important role in the final outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. So me being the play caller this year, that's something I've been focusing on. If we are fortunate enough to get into the end zone, we will most likely go for two. And which plays do I feel would be most successful down there? I guess we'll find out Friday night against
Right.
Gray-New Gloucester if we can get in there. But um, yeah, I mean, a lot of coaches will have maybe a good 5 plays that they feel confident in running down there, depending on their opponent. And I've been thinking about that as well. So we're hoping we convert those. Special teams overall, like I said before, Elias Byrne is doing a nice job. He's our special teams coordinator this year, taking that role very seriously. And he's just an excitable guy. He played for me, and he's quite rigid sometimes in his approach, but I think the kids are really responding to that. He's rigid but positive with the kids, and I think they do appreciate that. So, yeah, excited to see how our special teams do. We got to make sure that kickoff team they run their lanes and break down and tackle for sure.
We were laughing. They were meeting with advisories yesterday as part of the Camp Kev experience, and Mr. Braun was talking, and then um, school resource officer Elias uh, uh, Burns was talking as well, Principal Haney. But we were saying Elias was talking about how he don't be surprised if you see him in classes. And Bunky and I, of course, loving Elias as we do, we were going, oh my God, he's going for extra credit. And maybe he'll pass history now if he goes back in there. But no, he's doing a great job. And the kids were really paying attention to what he was saying, and I think he's going to be a great addition. Having him on the football um, coaching staff, I think, helps as well.
Yeah, it's a nice transition now that he's the school resource officer. It makes it logistically a lot easier for him for sure because he's, now his schedule is such, consistent with the school schedule, and he's around the guys more. He sees them in school, and I think
Yeah,
that's a good thing. And yeah, he'll probably attend more classes now than he did when he was actually in high school. But yes, I just think it's a real nice fit for him and the school, and we're just so fortunate to have him.
I was laughing because I was going up to the practice field yesterday just to make sure that the wireless was going, everything was working. and I saw the cruiser up there, and I'm going, oh, this will be great. I'll get pulled over for driving on the practice field. It'll be awesome. No.
Yeah, we told him that he's not allowed to check any coaches' registrations or inspection stickers. That's part of the deal,
All
or he's
right.
fired.
Exactly. Um, what can we expect from MDI? I mean, I know we talked maybe in the past, it was a little bit more ear and pass oriented. Maybe in the start, you're going to go more towards the ground, or what are we expecting, or an even calling of plays? I mean, like 10 years ago when you were calling plays and you passed, I mean, I think we all had a heart attack in the booth that, oh my God, Coach Shields has called a pass, but it's opened up a little bit.
Yeah, as my good friend Coach Braun would say, Ian Braun, three things happen when you throw the ball, and two of them are bad. But yeah, back when I ran the tee, we definitely were more ground oriented for sure. Um, Now that we're an 8-man, and I do have some athletes to definitely throw the ball to. We've been working real hard this week actually on our pass game. I feel as though we probably our identity might be more of a running offense, but if we can develop that pass game, that's going to obviously open up the run game even more. So, yeah, that's been a goal of ours this week, and we're hoping that it translates on the field Friday night. And yeah, I mean, we're confident in our quarterback Cal Hodgson, and he's got some nice receivers to throw the ball to. So I definitely feel confident putting the ball in the air.
All right, excellent. What do you want to say? First of all, let me just remind everyone that the game will be broadcast on WDEA Internet Radio. You can listen online at WDEA.am. You can listen via our free downloadable app and on any Alexa-enabled device. We will be airing Red Sox baseball until September 29th, and I don't think there will be a game after that, the way that they've played lately. But so that's how you can listen to the game. And of course, MDI streams the game. We'll have a link to that as well. Don't click on any random links. The scammers, the spammers are all out. And they're going to try and get all your information. It doesn't cost anything to listen to WDEA. It doesn't cost anything to watch the MDI stream. Do not pay for anything. You don't have to. Um, all right. What do you want to say to the community?
Yeah. Thanks again for your continued support of MDI football and MDI athletics overall. And, we're hoping that we can get a good crowd out Friday night. The kickoffs at 6 o'clock, as you said, against a real quality opponent, Gray-New Gloucester. They have some real nice athletes. I think it could be a fun game to watch for sure. And, I know the kids really feel it when there's a big crowd out there cheering them on. So hope to see you folks out there.
All right, Coach. Best of luck. We'll see you Friday night and go Trojans.
Thanks, Chris.